Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Forgot to turn on my microphone. How you guys doing tonight? Check and make sure this thing is fine. I didn't look before we went live. I think it's okay. How are y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It has been a busy day. Super busy day. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys already listened to this John guy's interview over on Connor's channel. I know that another one released today, and I did get to go over there and listen to it a little bit as it was premiering, and I was doing some editing, and it looks like this Wesley guy gets a little bit into further detail about the situation with Ethan and one of the frat guys' moms that they discussed in this last one. I didn't get to hear every little detail, so I'm not quite sure of the timeline. It sounded like he said Parents' Weekend. But then they went back to like right when the guy met Ethan, and it was like in the beginning. And then apparently if some people, like a whole bunch of people didn't like Ethan for a while, and then it sort of like faded away, and then everybody started liking Ethan is how it's being told. So that one will be interesting to listen to because like I said, I didn't get to all of it. I do know that that was asked, and then the same questioning about the knife sheath was asked. How come like no one else got asked this question? These people are the only people that we've ever heard being asked about a damn knife. Like ownership of. And I don't know. I just find that kind of weird. I just find that kind of strange. Hey there, SARS. 6 months. Thank you for being here for so long. A lot of you guys have. Okay. Yeah, I haven't listened to the whole thing. I've just listened to pieces of it. I do know that I went over to like their Facebook page, the Sigma Chi Facebook page for 2022. And I think I found a picture that had Ethan in it. And I hadn't seen it before. Some people might have seen it before. I reshared it like on the Facebook page, the channel Facebook page, because it was on the Frat Facebook page. And I know that he wasn't like a part of it, and he wasn't like, nothing was happening for him for bid day, but he still hung around with all of them. And I swear it's him standing in the middle of like this photo. And then there's another one from, I believe it's like November the 3rd of 2022. And again, it's on the Sigma Chi Frat one. And again, some people might have already seen this, but it's Hunter Johnson hanging out with the Sigma guys and being posted on the Sigma Chi page, which I found interesting. I didn't think that they actually did that. I thought they tried to keep them all separate. But maybe not. I mean, it's all the same university. I just found it interesting. At the core, member for 8 months. Well, thank you for being here. Hello to everybody. Okay, let's go ahead and just get started. Let's get started. Oh, actually, before we get started, I will tell you guys that I didn't post this in the community tab because unless you're actually paying attention and you give a shit to actually watch me, then you don't just really get to know these things anymore because there's so many people watching just every little thing. So it just is what it is. I went ahead and put in the FOIA today for Ethan's apartment as best as I could. Let me read you what I put in. Like, I know that the Chapins are probably going to like have a way for this information not to come forward. Like, I'm not oblivious to the fact that they have their rich little claws in everything. So it really wouldn't surprise me if for some reason this ends up being stricken down. I don't know, but I just have a feeling that we're not going to be able to get any information. Now, again, we don't have an exact address, and I make that really clear in the way that I worded this, and I worded it like as best as I could for what we have right now. So this is how I put it. We've become aware through interviews with not only Ethan Chapin's parents that have aired on national TV, but also with the recent Sigma Chi members' interviews that he had his own apartment behind the 76er gas station in Moscow, Idaho. The exact address has not been given, and there are several buildings behind the gas station that intersects at Taylor Avenue and Highway 95. Sigma Chi member Wesley Rebick was the most recent interview to mention this apartment. He actually gets into another detail here that I heard where he said that Ethan had mentioned to him before that the apartments he were at were kind of sketchy. So that's interesting. I wonder what about the apartments made him think that, or at least made him say that. So then I said, we were aware from the beginning that he was not living at the homicide location, and it came out later that he was not living at the fraternity at the time. The exact location, as mentioned above, is still unknown. I am requesting any investigative reports, supplemental reports, photographs, or anything else related to any visits, investigations, or evidence collections from the apartment in which was considered Ethan Chapin's actual place of residence at the time of the 1122 King Road homicides on 11/13/22. So I think that's probably the best way that I could probably word it, given that we don't really have like anything else. So we'll see what they do. Yeah, behind a gas station, it does sound a little bit sketchy if you know about alleyways and shit like that for sure. So we'll see. Yeah, the way that it was worded in the Wesley guy's interview was something like the mom was like, I swear he said asleep on the couch or laying down on a couch, and Ethan like lifted his leg up towards her, like on her, like in the picture, and it really pissed a lot of people off. I mean, it could have been the parents' weekend, like the first year that the guy was talking about, but that'll be one that we listen to tomorrow. Of course, you guys, if you want to go over there, if you haven't already listened to the one that we're talking about, I will put the link for it all in the chat real quick, so that if you guys missed that one, go ahead and go listen to that one over there. But we're going to go ahead and listen to this one now. Now, again, this guy's name is John Felin. Sigma Chi. They're all Sigma Chi. I don't really remember hearing anything as it was playing in the background that really kind of like struck out to me. But I also didn't listen to every little thing. So let's see. See, and it sort of sounded a little bit like that. Because he's like the way that the wording is something like he was our blank, and of course it's redacted. So then I think back to that guy that was the Sigma Chi president that came out and like gave like a 30-second like news interview at some point. And I wonder if that's who it was. Yeah, I was actually super surprised when I heard about the mom thing too. But when boys, you know, are drinking and they're around a bunch of other boys, a lot of them do stupid shit, you know? But I mean, it must not have been something that was in his character actually, because that one instance was it. And then everyone like never had a problem with him again, is how everyone is describing it, at least. It's interesting. It's still interesting though, because these Sigma Chi guys, it's like the first time we're really hearing that some people maybe didn't like Ethan so much. And they're being a little bit more honest about the relationships, especially when it comes to the Pete guy, the Peter guy. I'd love to hear that interview. I really would love to hear that interview. Sorry, I had to put my nose ring back in. Okay, are you guys ready to hear this stuff? Let's see. Let's see what he has to say.
It's December 13th, 2022 at 5:20 p.m. This is Detective Sergeant Mike Van Leuven. I'm here at Sigma Chi in Moscow interviewing Sigma Chi member John. So the purpose of this interview is to get background information on Ethan, and if you knew the other girls too, I'll ask about that after. But so I guess, do you know of any of his family members, his parents, brothers, sisters, anything like that?
I remember Parents' Weekend was just the weekend before the murders. So if some of them are saying that, oh yeah, I met his parents, it literally could have been just the week before the crime took place. These redactions are horrible. It's been 30 seconds. Holy shit. I don't understand these grown-ass people having so many redactions, especially when it comes to Stacy and Jim. We know what they do for a living. We know that they're rich. We know that they took care of the kids. Like, what is the problem? So ridiculous.
How did you know?
So ridiculous. Oh, December 13th is your birthday? Hell yeah. That's just a few days after my son's. It's playing, but it's redacted, you know.
So
when did you
Hello,
first meet
everybody
Ethan?
that's in here.
So I was a recruitment specialist during 2 years ago, or when they were going through recruitment. So I met them through that.
Ethan and Hunter.
Ethan and basically they weren't in my recruitment group, but they were in some recruitment groups. So basically we just talked to them, help them kind of around campus, or help them with any questions they may have about houses or anything like that. So I wasn't around during the formal recruitment process to talk to him at like the house. I just met him probably at like the tower or something, because that's where they stayed during recruitment.
So what was your impression of Ethan?
I mean, I think the whole campus probably had the same impression. Everybody just really wanted him during recruitment. I mean, I think Hunter was like the most bid person. They were just
Hunter was the
stud
most
guys.
bid
It seemed
person.
like they knew what they wanted to do. They were really good friends with each other. It's really nice to see them having that strong relationship. But I just thought they were both great guys. They were in it to win it. They would have made great members anywhere. I'm lucky that we got them here. So,
Okay.
Can you describe Ethan's personality? How he came off to others?
he was just willing to talk to anybody, willing to be friends with anybody, willing to really help anybody out. Obviously, you probably heard that his grades weren't that good the first 2 semesters, but with my position, I'm house manager, so I deal with work week and that stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anytime there was a task that needed to be done, he was the first person to step up. I don't know. It's just crazy to see how much of a rebound that he made, at least school-wise.
Okay. So he was the first volunteer to help. That pencil, I don't know why they're doing that. I guess it's because of that form, but you'd think that they would just type it up afterwards with the actual interview. I mean, I guess it could be a
Can
pin.
you think of any times where he ever had a conflict with somebody else?
I really couldn't. He was only trying to solve the conflicts and try and mediate. So.
What kind of conflicts, or what conflicts are you talking about that he was trying to mediate?
Whether it's between guys, whether it's just dumb drunk arguments,
Happy birthday. Happy late
or
birthday.
just random things. I mean, I could see it if he was at a restaurant and somebody was being disrespected, then I'm sure he'd be the kind of guy to go up and either get one person away or help the situation. So
that's a weird scenario. What did he say?
What kind of conflicts, or what conflicts are you talking about that he was trying to mediate?
Whether it's between guys, whether it's just dumb drunk arguments, or just random things. I mean, I could see it if he was at a restaurant and somebody was being disrespected, then I'm sure he'd be the kind of guy to go up and either get one person away or help the situation. So,
Okay. Restaurant. That's weird. Remember what that interview said about being at the what you call it, Mad Greek over the summer, and the Gabe guy was arguing with Ethan and Xana and Maddie about weapons and what would you do if, and it got political and all kind of crazy shit. That's a restaurant. I wonder why he would say restaurant. Was he there? Has he witnessed this actually happening? Did he tell them about getting into an argument with some a-hole at his girlfriend's job? And that's why that story comes to mind? Why would you say restaurant? That is so freaking random. That's so random.
But you had no knowledge of him having any conflicts with anybody outside the house or inside the house as far as like a physical altercation or yelling match or anything like that?
I did not know.
What about Xana? How old did you know Xana?
I knew her before I knew Ethan. She was over in, I lived in 2 semesters, so that would have been their freshman year. That would have been Ethan and freshman year. That would have been Xana's sophomore, I think. But she was over there a lot. We were always talking. We always were having fun, partying, I guess, but there was never any issues.
So did Xana have any relationships with anybody that would have been angry that Ethan and Xana were together?
Oh, 1 second.
Don't believe so, honestly. I think Xana was just so well loved in this house that everybody saw how those two were together and saw how happy they were. And I don't know, one cool thing I heard was
Don needed something.
alone their smiles light up the room, but together they light up the world. I don't know, I just thought that was a cool thing that I heard.
Was that said at the memorial? I feel like we heard that.
Where did Ethan spend most of his time?
From what I saw, he was either in which apartment. If he wasn't there, he was at classes. If not, he was at Xana's house.
I wonder what that person was. What he's talking about his.
Pretty much.
I don't think he was talking about Ethan's actual
time.
apartment.
From what I saw, he was either in which apartment.
I wonder what that was.
If he wasn't there, he was at classes. If not, he was at Xana's house. That's pretty much what I know about his schedule. We'd get done with schoolwork, and then we'd play video games, and where he'd play video games is in the apartment. So
I don't really think we heard much about him being a gamer until recently either. I mean, I hadn't. Not as much as they've been talking about for sure.
Did you play video games with anybody
Time.
outside of the house?
Welcome
Anybody back home or anything?
I really don't think so. It was always us. I don't know if it was me, my roommate, or that's pretty much, and other guys in the house. That's really all I saw.
I wonder if they would give us hers.
Had you ever been over to his apartment that he had? Phil?
Because remember they talked to her at the jail, and she said something interesting in the report, something about how this better not be like the reason why, or what something this person did better not be the reason why. I can't remember the exact verbiage, don't quote me on it, but it was interesting what was said in Kara's interview. I wonder if they would let us have it, or if they would say no the way they're telling Connor no about Maisie and Hunters.
So
had you ever been over to his apartment that he had by Phillips or whatever?
No, until I went over with.
Did he just say Phillips? I guess he's trying to say Phillips 70. Like, no, that's Phillips 67, isn't it? Or is it Phillips 76? Because I know they call it the 76er. Or maybe he just was like saying Phillips gas station. I was getting it wrong. Phillips 66 is a gas station name. That's a lot here in Texas and in Louisiana. I don't know if they have it everywhere else. But he just said Phillips. I wonder if that could be right. But the gas station where he lived was behind the 76er. Unless they're intertwined somehow. I'm gonna let this play, but I'm gonna pull up Google Maps because I'm gonna see if there's a Phillips Street or something, or maybe like a Phillips Apartments. I'm gonna look. Give me a second.
That's pretty much, and other guys in the house. That's really all I saw.
Had you ever been over to his apartment that he had by Phillips or whatever?
No, until I went over with
He was
I'll move him out, but that was the first time.
Okay. Did you know Kaylee and Maddie?
I knew Maddie a bit. I'd never talked to Kaylee before.
How about
I talked to a little bit when I lived in, but that's about it. I couldn't even recall what I would have said to him.
had you ever gone over to that house when they had parties?
I have not, no. Which is kind of surprising. I know a lot of people have.
Not finding anything.
Had you ever heard of any of those girls complaining about anybody? Guys acting inappropriately or somebody following them or stuff like that?
Yeah. I feel like I do get that a lot. When they talk about his money, you can tell there's like a tone, which is also kind of crazy because I know that a lot of students have parents that help them with that. I know a lot of them don't. I know I did everything on my damn own. Way in debt for it. But there's a lot of parents that help their kids this way. Maybe it just wasn't as, maybe not so many at the Sigma Chi house. But if they feel this way about Ethan, then that means they have to feel that way about Hunter too. It can't just be one-sided, but it's definitely noticeable. You can tell. Yeah, I'm so tired of hearing that too. That's crazy. Especially since she was older like Maddie.
Did you notice a recent change in personality? Anybody over there?
And you know what's crazy about that? In the last interview we listened to, I know it was like a guy who really was just more like an acquaintance and wasn't actually like a friend. But when he was asked about Ethan's vehicles, the big bright reddish orangish whatever Jeep is not mentioned. Just the black SUV is talked about, which I found interesting. I found that interesting.
Where did Ethan eat most of the time?
I was not aware of where he would eat, but from what I know,
Such
it's
crazy
like
questions.
Taco Bell and fast food places.
Yeah, it's
when
college.
They wouldn't get frozen stuff. I don't know where he'd cook it at all though. So.
I wonder if he had food at his apartment at all, or if he just didn't bother.
So when I lived here, we just cooked most of the time. We either fast food or we cooked out of our apartments. Everybody had their own stuff in the fridge. Yeah. Nobody had a meal plan that I know of. Yeah. At the cafeteria. Is that still the same way pretty much?
Yeah, no meal plan.
Any significant events that you can think of that happened around here in the months preceding this? Anything weird, anything out of ordinary?
Probably nothing I can think of right now, but every once in a while, like if it's late at night, things will come to me and I'll try and write those down.
Did he what kind of other hobbies or activities did he have that you know of?
I know he liked to visit Xana at Mad Greek when she worked there.
So maybe he does. Maybe he was told something about that story. Who knows?
Intramurals.
That gets mentioned a lot recently.
We did a lot of intramurals together. Yeah.
What sports did you play?
We played soccer. We were doing volleyball. Can't remember what other.
That pencil is so
but he was always involved with one of them, with whatever ones were available. So.
Any conflicts with other people, other members of your team, or with people playing on the other teams?
There was always banter. Like it was always trash talking and stuff like that, but nothing I'd ever really.
Nothing got mean.
Stuck out of that.
I could see that. Him and Hunter both.
Do you ever complain about having problems with anybody else on campus or professor or?
And Hunter was the most bid. That's crazy too. I thought it was the opposite. That's what this guy said anyway.
Did he have any weapons?
No, not that I'm aware of.
There's somebody walking.
Okay, so let's talk about drug use here a little bit. And again, we don't care about drug use. There was some drug use that was happening at that house, I can tell you. Mm-hmm. What was your knowledge of that?
If it was something more than weed, to be honest, I wasn't aware of it. I don't know. I stayed pretty far away from as much of that stuff as I could. So.
If you were going to try to source like Adderall or cocaine or something like that, where would you go to do it?
They're looking for somebody to rat.
I know I don't want to like point fingers or anything.
Like they say they don't care,
like
but let them say a certain person and they're going to go crazy.
That would be, I don't know. I've never texted them or anything. That's just what I've heard. So
sure.
I hate pointing fingers like that.
Snitch. Oh, he's saying somebody's name. He's saying something.
So I know that there was a lot of that were coming in and out of the house over there. Mm-hmm. Any problems with any of those guys?
We've had some weird interactions with some of those guys for sure. Specifically, I remember one year there was a bunch of us guys there. We just hear like this banging outside. We were up late till it was like 4:30, and this was probably sophomore year. And we just come out of the door, and there's this guy like standing there, and he just won't leave, and he's just being obnoxious.
Is it Enon?
He's really hammered, and
I'm always just gonna think it's Enon.
Like half hour later, he finally leaves without any problems or anything. But we're just like, that was weird, but we didn't really think
all you dudes and y'all couldn't get one annoying guy to leave.
Yeah, we know he was. I looked him up after it.
Do you remember his last name?
I could try and find a picture.
Until he said it. Until I remember he said Delta. I swear, it'll always be Enon. Is he gonna find it? I got that up too early. He's like whispering to himself, trying to figure out who this guy is. What could he possibly be writing right now? The guy's not even talking. And what is that other noise? All these noises, I can't. So you must not be able to see it. A picture of the guy.
Here.
How long is this guy going to look through this book?
It's okay. You don't see it. You don't see it.
He doesn't recognize him.
I can definitely keep looking around though.
So he was just here late at night or early in the morning rather, and acting strange, drunk, wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Then he finally left.
Yeah, he finally left. We didn't obviously report it or anything. We have heard noises.
Were the gates closed?
They were open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think of what that name was, shoot it to me.
Okay.
Gates. I didn't realize there was Gates.
Had Ethan been contacted by law enforcement recently?
Not that I'm aware of.
Had there been any recent changes to his schedule?
False. Sir, why are you asking this boy if Ethan had been contacted by law enforcement before this? Wouldn't you know that? as a state police officer that has ran this guy's information in order to start this investigation to help Moscow, wouldn't you have known that? So, did they ask anybody else that question? Has Ethan been contacted by law enforcement before? I don't know. I know they asked if he'd been in trouble before, and we found out about when he was driving and how he actually didn't get like a ticket or anything. But this is weird. Weird way to ask this question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you think of what that name was, shoot it to me.
Okay.
Had Ethan been contacted by law enforcement recently?
That's a very
Not that I'm aware of.
Had there been any recent changes to his schedule?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Who would you say was Ethan's best friend?
You know, my first thought would be to say Xana, but it's so hard to point out one person.
That's all right. I'm going to keep asking you that question because we're going to get to second best friend.
So
and
many
third best
people
friend
say that.
here in a minute.
If I had to pick
Xana.
one, I'd probably say
That was
they were very close.
sound.
You're not the first person who's answered that that way. Who's the second best friend?
Probably kind of I think of what you said.
That's probably harder. I don't know.
He didn't say Hunter. He said harder. It's probably even harder.
Give me two more names.
I'll just say
That's a T sound? I should have cut out all this pencil. I want to see the questionnaires
Did you talk about his past at all? Talk about high school?
that they wrote.
did more than Ethan did.
Hunter did more than Ethan did. And now whatever is being said about high school is being redacted. Okay. Okay. When is it coming back? Okay. Oh my gosh, guys. I had to make sure it was still playing. It's still playing. That took a long time. Yeah, it sounds like Stacy had to improve all these edits. No, because you know what they told me. Now they have a whole process, right? To where this, normally the same day that we would get our information, the family would get it at the exact same time. I know this for a fact. I've seen it. I have the receipts. Okay. Now they have time to respond to things. So I can and I even asked this question to Amber and they didn't have an answer, but we already know that they would do this. Come on. I said, okay, so if a FOIA gets approved and y'all go to do the redactions and it's ready to go and we make the payment, because you know how we have to put a deposit down and then they do the bullshit and then we pay the rest of it. Instead of getting it within the same day, which is normally how it works after that remaining balance is paid, it's the same day you get the file. That's how it normally works. The text messages between Dylan and Blaker and Bethany and Blaker, even though it was bullshit, the families were given a week of a heads up. And I'd asked her, I say, so if the family is, y'all approve this, we pay the money, and now we're just waiting for y'all to do whatever y'all got to do for notice now that they still have no actual protocol for. She said the timing that it takes to actually notify them and us getting the files, there's no time limit. It just all depends on the impact. The bigger the impact, the longer it'll take. So they have no protocol. They have no stipulations, no guidelines, no nothing. Just basically they're just flying off the seat of their ass, basically, with the whole thing. But I asked her, if the families say they don't want something out there and we've already paid for it, then what? Does it get denied because they fight it and we get our money back for it? Or like how does that work? I bet you what they're doing is they're allowing them to make their own redactions. There's no way in shit that the Chapin's lawyers did not sit down and tell them, okay, well, this timestamp to this timestamp, you're talking about Jim and Stacy and their jobs and, you know, how they take care of their kids and stuff. Well, they don't want anything about themselves out there, so cut it out. There's no way that this is the way that MPD redacted these. This has the Chapins written all over it. And with them having so much extra time now, I know for a fact they did it. Again, just my opinion, but I'm still going to say, I know for a fact they did it. Because damn, this is so stupid. Right? I'm sure not. I'm sure not.
Did Ethan ever, anything about money with Ethan ever stand out to you? Did he ever need money and not have it? Did he ever buy expensive things? You didn't know where the money came from? Anything like that?
Not really, no.
They were rich. See, right here, I'm telling you, they're probably talking about how the family gives them money.
But nothing, never anything that I thought was weird. No.
I'm just going to read this one because honestly, it's probably better than what I come up with. Can you describe any instance where Ethan ever discussed or displayed fear, concern, or discomfort about a particular person or situation?
No.
So no, I should have cut it out.
Is there any particular person that you can think of that Ethan didn't get along with?
Again, not that I know of, not that I've ever seen. No.
Did you know if Ethan had a job while he was here?
I was not aware of him, no.
Other than playing video games, was Ethan engaged in any other online activities? You know?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah, probably so. They probably had like an account that they either put money in or they just let them use a credit card and they paid it every month.
That met at WSU?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
See, they're also like only asking the frat guys about the WSU thing. And remember, this is before Moscow has Kohberger's name.
Sometimes we would cross-pollinate with Sigma Chi at WSU. We'd go to their parties. They'd come to our parties sometimes. You guys still do that?
Cross-pollinate.
The only time, I'm not even sure if he was there for it, but we went there once when we played him earlier this year. And so we all just kind of hung out at their house for the tailgate and then went to the game. And some of us stayed there. Some stayed, I think, for a little bit. And then I came back right after the game. So,
was there an incident? This was from a mom that was here for Parents Weekend. She recalls there being a guy in the house that didn't belong here, and he was asked to leave. Do you remember that incident?
So this was the weekend before.
Was it this past Parents Weekend?
Yeah.
Who was that?
I'm trying to think. My mom was here, and we weren't around the house all that much, to be honest. No, I don't remember that happening.
I wonder who that was. Enon. Probably. Fucking weirdo. I'm definitely going over Wesley's and cutting out this pencil. I can't just do this anymore. I can't. It's too much.
cover most of that.
It's going to be almost done. It's like 6.5 minutes left.
We'll get to that. Okay. Were you here for the party on the 12th?
Sigma Chi.
The night before?
I was not, no.
Where were you?
I was deer hunting near Weite.
Cops and students were out hunting that night. Isn't that wild? Like, do they know each other and they were out hunting together? Because that's where Warner was. Warner and another officer were out hunting. I wonder if they all go to the same spots. Oh my gosh. And then remember, Chief Fry was out of town that weekend too.
We can have a brief discussion about this when we're done here.
What did he say?
Okay, where were you?
They're about to have a private discussion off record about whatever was just redacted. Is it something about hunting and they can't let us hear it? Like what?
We can have a brief discussion about this when we're done here.
We can have a brief discussion about this when we're done here. Yeah.
Okay, where were you when you first heard that
But
this had
why
happened?
not let us hear the conversation?
We got back at noon
Like, that's
on
crazy.
Sunday. We were walking around. We literally,
Who's we?
me, my roommate, his name's, and then
You'd both gone deer hunting?
yeah, and then another guy from the Whites. His name's Arnson.
Remember, there was a guy walking around with a shotgun.
And then we got back. We literally walked
some sort of
around
rifle.
all the apartments. We put our bags down, walked around all the apartments. Everybody was in great spirits because nobody knew it would happen. And then about 20, 30 minutes later, my buddy came in and he's like, there was some kind of homicide and we think Ethan and Xana might be involved. And that's when I was kind of just starstruck. I was like, I didn't think it would want to think it was real or anything.
So once it set in and you accepted what had happened, what did you think? Who do you think did this? Or what's your explanation that's come to your mind?
I hate to believe it, but I honestly think at this point, I'd like to think it's just some crazy person that I would not like to think it's somebody around us in Moscow.
But that's not your speculation. That's what you hope. That's not what you actually think.
But realistically speaking, I think it could have been somebody that talked to one of the girls. I don't know. That's just what where my mind's running with.
I've noticed that a lot of these college want to act like they know it all people. They really just don't know how to use the right words for things. And I mean, like, I've been guilty of it too, but like, it's almost all of them. You're going to hear a lot of that in the 1119 girl thing that we go over. Just a lot of weird things. A lot of weird things. I think we can FOIA the questionnaire itself, but I don't know if they're going to give us like the answers. But I don't see why they couldn't. I mean, they'll be redacting shit out of it.
I think it could have been somebody that talked to one of the girls. I don't know. That's just what where my mind's running with.
So someone there and around that area, and it goes back to the Sigma Chi situation. Which that chick mentions too. I'm going to hear this sound in the back of my head for the rest of my life now.
Is there anything else about Ethan that you know of that we haven't talked about?
No.
No.
I think I kind of alluded to this a little bit before, but any
like
weird circumstances, any car wrecks, any thefts, any break-ins, any odd things that have happened in the last year around here?
What did you
One
know?
of our members got stuff
with Ethan?
out of his pickup. We got like some speakers taken out, and I guess no, this was. I remember that
a guy
situation, though, where he got his computer taken. I was just going to bring that up.
So somebody had speakers taken out of their vehicle. Another guy had their computer stolen out of their vehicle. And then that girl had her car broken into and her underwear were like out and stuff was moved around. But nothing happens in Moscow. Oh, and people just like walk up in your house. Because the chick said that the 1119 chick is going to give a story about how Enon just like walked up in there asking for Sarah in some situation. And then Ava had somebody messing with her door. But nothing ever happens in Moscow. I'm so tired of it. This town is crazy.
Had speakers stolen out of his pickup?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
This happened, I want to say like during, probably around midterms this semester.
Was his pickup unlocked or?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Have you seen the car description that law enforcement's put out?
Of the white Elantra?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Know anybody that drives one of those?
Mm-mm.
I just want to show you a photograph of a knife that's sort of unique in its appearance. You're a hunter. You probably would. You may know exactly what knife this is.
I don't know why he keeps saying
Oh.
shit like that to them.
Okay. Have you
Again, before they know
somebody on one of
Kohberger's
these?
information.
I actually have one, but it's in Boise. It's actually a homemade one. My grandpa made it for me. So,
But with the leather around the handle like that.
no.
But I'm talking this.
That one,
Do
no.
you see anybody that has one of these? Do you know what that is?
Just a K-bar knife. I'm familiar with those.
Okay.
They're so focusing on the way that handle is. For not even having the suspect yet to know like what it actually was. It's kind of wild as hell to me.
Okay. About the other girls, did they come here and hang out a lot? Like,
I know Xana and Maddie did. I'm not sure about Kaylee, to be honest. I never really had that many interactions with her.
Maddie have any problems with guys?
I know she was dating. I know she decently, but I mean, I saw her kiss a couple guys a couple times. But
Who did you see her kiss?
does my name stay anonymous for this?
Well, I'm certainly not going to go there and say
It's gonna.
you said that you did this.
I was gonna say.
Oh my god.
And I don't know if no kissed her or not, but I know they
Multiple
were
people?
kind of dancing together and stuff. So
Are they six?
yeah.
All right.
I know that
Is there anything else we haven't talked about that you think we need to talk about?
I'll let this finish.
Anything else that you know that's
Only 30
or you
seconds.
guess or you think or anything that's been nagging at you or somebody say something that you thought was odd?
No, I mean I haven't been listening to like the online stuff, and I'm taking the position like let you guys do your job. And
Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop the interview at 5:50.
Okay. So I know that in Amber Vance's latest video, and I don't know, I'll have to message her. I don't know how a lot of the stuff about like what the girls were doing gets figured out because I never really like went to their social media and dug really far into that kind of stuff. So I know that in Amber Vance's latest video, she's talking about how Maddie was possibly seeing Connor, which is Jack's friend, at the same time that she was dating Jake. And that's probably the reason why Jack Showalter might have been hanging around with them that night was because of Connor Chestnut. That was honestly sort of like news to me because I never really had seen any sort of connection between Maddie and Connor. So I want to look like further into that angle, especially since everyone has said that it's very strange that Jack Showalter was with them that night. Like everyone's like reaction was why and huh, and that makes no sense. Like literally everyone. So I do want to look more at that because that was interesting. And we do know that there was a situation in Mexico where Maddie kissed another guy. Like it was either spring break or summer break before this, one of the two things. But this guy's making it sound like there was multiple situations where Maddie was getting caught doing stuff with other dudes. So that was interesting. That was interesting. I'm going to have to look more into that. Because, she was just with him the weekend before. I don't know. I just don't know a lot about that. I just don't know. Maybe she said something about it to Amber. I mean, maybe she did say something about it to Adam, and she was hoping that maybe he didn't go around telling anything because she had been drinking, and maybe she just didn't think to like not say anything. I don't know. Welcome back, Saldade. Welcome back. Welcome back. So that's interesting. I don't pay that person any mind anymore. Like, what I don't understand, and I'll just like take a break from this for a second, that character analysis freaking weirdo chick. Like, I don't understand people who are like they suddenly just like flip a switch like a complete psychopath when they like have a change of opinion, because she went from like really paying attention to facts and like thinking that there were issues here and not really having an issue with anyone to suddenly something has flipped her like opinion. And now she's just like talking shit about everybody all of a sudden. Like, you can have a difference of opinion and not start automatically like attacking people out of nowhere, out of character, because that's not how I remember that person operating literally at all. So when someone like a couple months back said, have you seen the video that she put out about you? She's like running her mouth, blah, blah, blah. For one, I don't really care what other people say. I don't go watch it. Like 1% of the shit that's out there I actually do see. So that tells you how much I actually give a shit about other people's opinions when it comes to that whole thing. But she just like all of a sudden just started becoming this like freaking weirdo. Complete freaking weirdo. So I don't know what was said to her. I don't know what her freaking problem is, but she went from somebody who was out here talking like normal and not having an issue with anybody to suddenly being a freaking weirdo and runs her mouth constantly here and on TikTok. Like, I don't know what crawled up her ass, but it's definitely suddenly like a whole 180. No, she's not. She's a completely different person. She's a lot older, or at least she looks a lot older than Suffocation Face over there. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what her problem is. I don't know. She came out and was like talking about Linda Lane and looking at the footages and talking about SV1 and looking at everything. And then suddenly her opinion just flipped and she became a complete freaking psychotic asshole. And I'm not wrong. Like, her behaviors are still out there where she was just nice and normal, no problem. Like, she'd come over here, comment on stuff. I'd comment on her stuff. She was like just somebody that would like, we would see around, and then all of a sudden she became a freak. And I don't know how just because you change your opinion, that suddenly changes how you like behave towards people, especially people that you've never even had a real interaction with. Like, no one ever said anything to you to make you act like a freakazoid like that. So whenever you like flip your shit like that, literally for no reason, when your character changes simply because your opinion changes, I don't got nothing to say to you. Like, you got issues. You can say over to her because I just don't have the time. So I don't know. She's talked all kind of shit. Every single time I see Amber's videos on TikTok, her and Viviana are just like in there doing this. And I'm like, y'all sure got those notification bells on for people that can't stand anything that we say. Because you do the same thing over here. I couldn't imagine being that kind of like lame. I honestly can't. Like, I don't watch people I don't like. I can't imagine having notification bells on for somebody that I don't like. Like, what kind of mental illness is that? That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, there's that. So no, I don't pay attention to anything that she says. I used to. I don't anymore. She could easily have like changed her opinion and I still would have like taken what she said for something, but I can't whenever she's become like a weirdo. One thing's for sure, you can't say that my attitude's changed for anything. I'm the same asshole I was when I started. People are crazy. Like, I don't know why you have to like flip shit and be a jerk to people just because you change your opinion. That's not how. That doesn't make sense. Especially, yeah, I mean, that's that too. Like, especially when like no one has said anything to you. No one had talked down to you. No one has said a word to you. So what'd you become a weirdo for? I just can't. People are weird. People are weird. I mean, I feel like she's just had so much oxygen cut off to the brain because of like how her shirts don't fit and her boobs are in her neck. Like, I just feel like that's probably what her issue is. It's just definitely a lack of oxygen. Yeah, I've always been the same asshole. I have. Nothing's changed. It's for sure. Ugh. Yeah, it's just, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I know, like, I'm not like a complete horrible asshole when I have to be. It's just a lot. I didn't do much TikTok until recently, and like, it's amazing to me, like, how many people over there like put my name in their mouths but don't know shit about anything. Like, okay, for example, there's this I want to say wannabe public defender, but she's apparently actually an attorney up in New York, and she has like over 400,000 followers. Her name is like Stephanie Esquire or some stupid shit like that. And she's somebody over here on YouTube that only has like a few thousand subscribers, and the Goncalveses are constantly pushing her bullshit videos that literally have no substance to them on her page. And she was talking about Christy and Karen going to lunch because they found that little Coach bag with money in it. Y'all were here. I said that was cute. I didn't have a problem with that. My issue with her post was her hashtag Olivia isn't Olivia. And I'm like, why are you fueling stupidity? That was my only issue with that post. I said it was cute that they went to lunch. I didn't have an issue with it whatsoever. This stupid ass woman puts this whole video up about how like I am just like Phoenix, which no, I'm not. And like all these other people who are like talking shit about them going to lunch and running my mouth about them. Like, what is the problem with them going to eat? I'll pay for their lunches 100 times over. I don't understand the problem. And I'm like, why are you putting my name in your mouth? Like, did you get some like third-party bullshit information? Did somebody send you an email and be like, oh my God, Jill said da 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 da, and you just didn't even bother to go see what I actually said before doing all of this? And you know what's crazy is I looked this chick's real full name up on the internet, and in over like 12 years of being an attorney, she has 0 reviews. Not a single client in almost 13 years in the public defender's office or the place where she was working before that. Not a single client has ever reviewed her. There's a bar number. She's apparently an attorney. No reviews. What do you do? Do you just sit there and act like a receptionist all day? Little Miss New York? Little Miss, I don't know the details of anything I'm talking about. TikTok's another monster. TikTok really is like insane. There's some insane people. Insane. We're like, I don't even care. I'm like, why would I have a problem with them finding a little bit of money in that stuff? Like, what's Kaylee going to do with it? What's Maddie going to do with it? Like, I don't have a problem with them going to lunch together. Like, that's way past the limit of stupidity. It's just like that whole FBI thing. And people were trying to say that, oh, it's probably Jules that's running to her mouth and spreading the rumor that the Goncalveses are hiding from the FBI at their daughter's house in California and publicly announcing that they're going to California. And I'm like, I didn't even know they were going to California. Why are y'all talking about me? Keep my name out your face. Shut up. Find something else to talk about. And it's so crazy because they sit there and they talk shit about how we talk about the case, but they're posting 6 videos a day. I can't live in a world like this. Like, this is so freaking topsy-turvy, upside down. I just can't. I'm trying to figure it out. I am trying to find a balance without completely losing my shit. Without completely, we're talking about everyone at the core. We're talking about everyone. I mean, it's so dumb. Like, I don't even know you, girl. And like, you obviously like, and then they think I have a criminal justice degree. I'm like, okay, so y'all have been hating me and running y'all's mouths about me for years, and y'all don't even know my credentials. Y'all don't even know what I actually have a degree in. You say that I don't have it, but you don't even know what it is. So where are you getting your information from? I don't have a criminal justice degree. I have an investigative forensic science degree. That's why I can read the forensic reports. Not an expert by any means, but not a novice either. And I'm just like, how can y'all sit here and talk shit about me whenever y'all don't even know like any actual details? You get the slightest little bitty thing wrong, simple shit, and you think that I should care about your opinion on something this serious when you can't even get something simple right? Like, sorry, I can't waste my life with that. That's just not the energy that I'm about to have. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. But that's it, I guess. Let me see if they've done anything, because I know yesterday they had only updated the case summary with some documents. No. Has this even been updated? No, not yet. So I don't know what they're going to do with the restitution. I don't know what they're amending it for. I don't know what new has happened. They've already done it once, like we've talked about already, and I don't think anything else has happened. So I don't know what they could be amending or for what reason. I'm trying to think, has anything happened like in their lives that would constitute them like needing to amend the restitution? I don't think so. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and get off of this thing. It's barely been an hour. Barely been an hour. I'm going to go work on some stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? So we'll do the live tomorrow going over either the latest interview that Connor put out, or we'll finally go over the 1119 chick, because I'm almost done getting it like ready to go. There's just a lot of like repetitive stuff in there. There's a lot of silence. There's a lot of just like people talking just to talk. A lot of ass kissing stuff, and I'm sorry, but I can't sit here and listen to it. Like spiels about how like this girl's such a badass for coming out here and talking, but honestly, like the whole time she doesn't really know a lot. Like she was at the Sigma Chi party, and she's sort of like, she lived in the area at the 1119 house, but she doesn't really know a lot. She just sounds, y'all will understand when I play it and you hear the way that she speaks and like the way that she sounds, you'll understand why I'm doing things the way that I'm doing things. Plus, I really just want the information that she has without all the extra stuff. But I do also want to show the way that she reacts to like what she considers conspiracies, because a lot of it that she's claiming is conspiracies is stuff that she's being asked about that's actually in the documents, and she's acting dumb about it. So I don't know. I'm almost done with that one. So it'll either be that one or it'll be the newest interview with the Wesley guy. And I don't think I have updates on anything else when it comes to FOIAs besides the one I said I filed today for Ethan's apartment. So hopefully we get some information with them. I probably should go ahead and file one with ISP for the same thing, huh? Because they helped with the investigation, and I don't want MPD to be like, oh, we don't have it. ISP did something. It would really suck if the FBI ends up being the only one that went to Ethan's apartment and we can't get any records from it. That'll make it sketchier. In my opinion, it'll make it sketchier. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Oh, hey there, Pony Girl. I didn't even see this one come in. 17 months. Damn, that's a long time. Moonvale, too. A long time to be in here. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. Thank you guys for coming in here, and thank you for my new members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I'll be live tomorrow. It'll either be the 119 one, like I said, or the Wesley guys interview that we talk about. One of the two. But I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. You guys have a super, super great night. Thank you so much for being in here with me tonight. Let me go ahead and roll this out. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all.